October 12th, on this day in history. 1792, first Columbus Day Parade. 1938, Wizard of Oz starts production. 1957, first commercial flight between California and Antarctica. 1987, George Harrison releases a single, Got My Mind Set on You. It's the last hit by any Beatle. Long Island's legendary and funniest radio station, GovsRadio.com, joins this date in history with the live broadcast of Good Times, Bad Times with Joey Petroni. It is my honor to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Joey Petroni. October 12th, on this day.
This is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Hey, Govs Radio, Levittown, man. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hey, Don.
How you doing, brother?
What's funny about Govs Levittown is that when I was a kid, I used to ride my bike around the parking lot. And I just look at Gov, and I loved comedy as a child.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, one day maybe I'll get inside that building. I was too young. You go up to the door, get out of here, kid, you know. But now I ride my motorcycle around the parking lot, you know, trying to come in. But here I am, Govs Radio.
Very cool.
And my very, very first guest is a good friend of mine from years ago.
Yeah, man. Over 20.
Over 20 years ago. And Don is one of the funniest guys that I know. I can truly say that. You're very funny.
Wow.
I've been looking through all your videos and stuff, and you're very funny. And I was actually, one of the first questions I was wondering is, do you do stand-up comedy?
Well, I did stand up 20 years ago. I started either around the same time you did or a little bit after you did. I started like 98.
Okay.
And then stopped in like 2000. So I was doing it while I was doing that radio show on WSB. I was juggling stand-up, the radio show, and a few other things. I was also writing for Good Times Magazine and all that stuff. Yep. So I was really embedded in the scene, whether it was the comedy scene or the music scene. I was just kind of a part of all of it. And that's kind of how I met you.
Right.
Because I had you on the show. You would come on the WSB show.
What year was that?
That was like 98. Like,
okay.
I was doing the USB show from like...
Wait, 98. How many years is that?
From now?
Should I do math?
Yeah, do the math, because I'm not really good at math at all. But I feel like it was about a little over 20 years ago, if not 20 years ago. So it was like 98, 99. I started the show in 98. You probably started coming around that same year, I think, because back then you were a clean-cut, young Joey Petroni, short hair, no beard.
Yeah.
You're a good-looking son of a bitch.
Yep.
And I remember you would come on the show, and it was always a blast. And then I think you may have brought the ventriloquism to the show as well, because I didn't believe you at first.
That I had a puppet.
Yeah, you were like, yeah. Oh, no, that's what happened. You showed me your headshots.
Oh, okay.
And you had the headshot with the puppet. I go, what's this? Because I guess I didn't realize you did that also.
Right, yeah.
And then, And then I remember the time, too, it was, you came on the New Year's show on New Year's Day. And you were talking about that you were hungover and that your wife was mad at you.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
She was still sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she called in.
Okay.
And we had her on, and I was trying to explain to you how to avoid a hangover.
Okay. 1998.
Just like 1998.
Nothing's changed.
We were just, yeah, exactly. And here we are, the same shit.
It's 23. I did the math. It's 23 years ago.
Wow.
It took me 23 years to repay you as a guest on my very first show, man.
Awesome,
I said to
I'm
myself
honored.
when I was doing Don's show 23 years ago, I said, one day, man, I'm gonna have my own show, and I'm gonna be able to say, ladies and gentlemen, Don Sill.
Yes, it's an honor to be on be the first guest on your show.
Thank you.
It's an honor, and like you said, we go back, me and you, and I went away for a long time. Went away for like 16 years to prison. No, I went away for 16 years working in the sports world. I was living in North Carolina for about 12 of those 16, then over to Atlanta.
Okay.
Then finally came back, and then we quickly regrouped up, and Tony and Sally got me the gig in here.
Right.
And you were my first call. You were like the first call. Yeah,
wow.
You and Benny Rizzuti.
Benny.
So Benny and you both go back to those days with me, the USB days. So I said, let's get the band back together.
Right.
I put together Pasusu, the game show.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You were the first judge ever.
Wow.
One of the first judges. It was you, Tony, and that Kyle, a coworker of mine at the time, who had his own movie. So you guys were the first three judges ever on that show, and
wow.
And it was all fun
Now-
ride since then, man.
Is it just me? Because I noticed this with good friends, is that even though you were gone for how long?
About 16 years.
16 years. For real. Does it feel like we skipped a beat?
No, that's what's weird about it, right? Yeah, it's
Isn't that
awesome.
strange?
Yeah, it's
Now,
crazy.
I have a good friend of mine who told me that guys never change. And that's, not to put down women out there, but men never change.
Right, yeah.
Right? But women do.
Yeah,
know,
they definitely do.
My wife married me. She was happy with who I was. Right? Until she realized who I was. And then she was very unhappy.
I think women, they look at us as projects. Like they take us and they love us for our damaged selves.
Right.
And then they think that they can fix us.
Right.
And they're wrong.
Right. They see a nice guy, like, you know what? He's nice. He'll listen to me. I'll change him. And I never, actually, I went the opposite way. Like you said, I had short hair.
Yeah.
I went the opposite way. I'm like, oh, yeah?
I remember I was in North Carolina, and I'm surfing around on YouTube or Facebook or whatever it was, and I come across all these Joey Petroni videos, and I'm seeing you in the courtroom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing you with John DeResta.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like you were involved in all these things, and I was like, damn, I was so happy that you were still rolling, still doing it, and then the little stint you had with the Islanders.
Right. With the ice guy. And the ice girls. Yeah.
You did a lot of good stuff.
That was a
man.
lot of fun. Well, and you have how many children?
5.
Right. So you could probably understand what I'm saying. I had 3 children, all 2 years apart. I was a stand-up comic. Now I'm a stay-at-home dad. I was working, but during the summer I was home.
Right, yeah.
How do you do comedy when you have 3 kids and your wife's working full-time in the city and you're taking your kids to daycare and you got to work? And so that's why I got the video camera. I started filming these stupid videos. That was my way of getting my comedy out there. I'd have ideas and I'd do a dumb YouTube video. And that's how the divorce court and all that crap happened.
Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes restrictions bring out the best in people.
Right.
It like, look what COVID did for so many people. It forced them on to Zoom and to do all these different types of things. And for you, whenever you're restricted, there's a saying for it. I can't think of it right now, but something about when you're restricted to do things, that's the best recipe for creativity.
Right.
Because you're starting to think outside the box and think of different ways to get
Different ways to get your stuff out there.
Yeah, because you have it in you. You're a very creative guy. You're a funny guy, and you want to get it out there. And then if you're handcuffed, for whatever reason, metaphorically speaking, and you can't get to the clubs, you can't get out to governors or wherever, you're going to figure out another way how to get your voice heard.
And it's funny you said that, because real quick, I'll tell you, I work in a school with disabled adults, and there's about 200 staff members there, mostly women. And I was working there, and I was working at night, and I the creativity of the comedy was in my head. So I had 200 guinea pigs. You know what I'm saying? Like
to listen to you.
I go classroom to classroom. I walk into each classroom, and like cheers. Hey Norm, hey Joey, and I'd have my what's today, and they'd either laugh or I'd say, get out of here, close the door behind your back. And so then I started really pissing them off with that. So then I started hanging up stuff on the bulletin board in the faculty room. Like all my crazy stories would be on the bulletin board.
Right.
And I'd be walking down the hall like, hey, I read it. It's okay. It's pretty funny, and then I think I went overboard when it was snowing outside, and I made a snowball, and I put a flag on top of the snowball in the freezer in the faculty room, and I wrote from the blizzard of 1885 or something like that, do not touch. And I was telling everybody, I brought it in, and it's worth $10,000. Don't touch it. And then, and obviously next day I had a puddle of water on the table with the flag.
Who touched it?
Yeah, but I was crazy at work, and that's when I started doing stand up, because I was like, I can't be messing with these people. I'm gonna get fired.
Right.
You gotta do comedy to people who want to see comedy.
Yeah, for sure. But I think everybody wants to get their day brightened.
Right.
And that's the thing about you. You if people don't know you and they see you, they might be taken aback and think you're some kind of a biker guy or you're an angry, mean guy. But you're a super nice guy, great soul, and a good human being, and hilarious. Oh. And what I do think too is your sense of humor is so original.
Right.
Like your joke style, of the way you structure it,
right?
And it's just so original, man, that I wanted to see more people start to discover that, because dude, you got something. I always told you that. You got something good there.
Well, I don't want to talk about myself too much because you're my guest, but I'll tell you real quick. My dad is the reason why. You ever watch the Pink Panther, the movie, the show?
The movie
Remember,
or the cartoon?
Peter Sellers?
Yeah, Peter Sellers.
Remember he used to come home and he'd walk in and he didn't know where the other guy was, and he'd walk around the house looking for him.
Yeah.
My dad did that. I don't even know if that was from the Pink Panther. He used to do that. I'd come home from school and he'd be hiding somewhere. He'd set up traps. I'm serious. He'd set up traps in the house. And I, as a child, I was so screwed up, man.
Right.
When I came home from school and I saw his car wasn't there, I could relax. When his car was there and I walked in the house, I knew there's something waiting for me somewhere. Something's going to fall on my head. On Halloween.
Will do it, yeah.
People used to come to my house on Halloween to trick or treat. And I didn't have to leave my house to trick or treat because my dad would jump out of the bushes and scare the kids. They'd drop their candy and run. My dad would be like, there's candy on the sidewalk out there. Go get it.
Yeah.
But one of the worst things my dad did was Halloween. We made a scarecrow, and we stuffed the body with leaves. And the next day, coming home from school, I was looking at it, sitting on the chair next to the front door. I'm looking at it like me and my dad made that. It's not me and my dad made that. I'm walking up to the front door. Thing gets up and grabs me. My dad dumped all the leaves out. He actually put the pumpkin on his head.
Wow.
And I've never been the same since. I mean, I'm serious. I have not been the same since.
That's when the beard started growing from that day.
That's I just I'm nuts from then. But so comedy was my way of dealing with it, I guess.
Yeah, man. And how long have you been in the comedy work? So when did you started in like 98?
I did a comedy show in 1993 that I never should have done. I don't know how the hell I got the spot. I did a big show. It was a fundraiser in front of a lot of people.
Damn.
Like at the Hilton or something like that.
Wow.
As a friend of mine was in the band there, they asked me if I could do stand up in between. I said, yeah. So I followed the guy who was juggling fire. And I went up there, and I'm not a comic.
Right,
And I went up there, and after like 3 or 4 jokes, I almost got my butt kicked. I was making fun of people in the audience. But so 1993, I tried comedy. And then in 2000, I took a comedy class right here. But 1997, 98, 99, I was doing open mics. And then I took stand-up university.
Right. And that
in
was
2000.
You and a couple of guys we know.
Chris Williamson, Eric Tartaglione, Tommy Doran, Mike Dillon, Evan Weiss. A lot of good guys, man. And we're like a family,
Yeah,
right? We'll see each other for a couple of weeks, and we're like family.
I know it's.
We'll have the same brains.
That's what I love most about the comedy scene. When I was a comic, especially, if I even want to call myself that, but when I was doing stand-up or attempting to, was the camaraderie and the friendships that you make along the way.
Right.
And those guys, I mean, half of them aren't even doing comedy anymore, but we're all still friends. We're all still close.
We all went through that boot camp together.
Yeah, right.
You're sitting there getting, doing coffee shops, and people want to knock you out.
Yeah, man.
But the thing with comedy, like I take a comedy class here with John Truson. When you're in there, it's like everybody's brain's the same. When I walk out into the real world, now I'm dealing with people who are not the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I have to keep my mouth shut. In here, in comedy,
right,
you can say whatever you want.
Right.
But you can't go to Target and say whatever you want. You get killed.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
It's even worse. But yes, not everybody's in tune with what's funny or what's not funny or what's said in jest or how it works. Or some people take what you say at face value. It's crazy.
So now getting back to Don Sill. Okay. I had some of my scouts do some research and well, first of all, you were the producer of music for the Carolina Hurricanes when you were down in Carolina.
Yep.
And what was that all about?
So it's like if you ever gone to a hockey game, Islanders, Rangers, whatever. I know you're a big Islander guy. There's a DJ that's playing all the music to pump up the fans,
right?
Or if there's a dance cam or any of that kind of stuff. So that's what I was doing. That was my job, my game day duty.
Okay.
So during the week, I was a video producer. I would create all the video content that would air, all the hype up videos, all the little things where the players will say funny things or trivia and any of this. We would put all those on the jumbotron. That was my day job.
Wow.
Then on game day, I was the music director.
Wow.
So I was responsible for all the music, keeping it fresh, game in and game out, hyping people up. So You can't go wrong if it's third quarter. If you're down by one, you know the other team just got a penalty, and now all of a sudden, what do you play? You play something like "Welcome to the Jungle" or AC/DC, or you know something to get the whole crowd fired up. They're all standing. That energy feeds to the team, and then the team hopefully scores.
It does work, right?
Yeah.
I've
the
seen
players
it.
will tell you too.
Yeah.
Sometimes a player will tell me, they'll be like, "Dude, when you played such and such song, and that crowd was going nuts, man. Holy shit, I was." You
felt it,
yeah. So they feel it. So yeah, and it was cool to be part of that. I took that team. I didn't take that; they took us, but I was part of the Stanley Cup team.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and you got to see the Stanley Cup, and
I got to hold it, drink out of it.
Yeah,
I did everything, but literally have sex with the thing.
Wow.
But yeah, because we had it on private parties too. We took it with us. Because we were responsible for the cup, so it's us and the cup keeper. You know, there's a guy that's with the cup
the guy
all
with
the
white
time.
gloves?
This guy's name was Wally.
Okay.
And Wally was super cool.
Okay.
And he was like, "Listen, I can't leave the cup, but if you guys want, we got nothing going on tonight. If you want, feel free to take it to one of your guys' houses and have a party."
Wow.
We're like, "Seriously?" He's like, "Yeah." So we had this impromptu party with the cup at my friend's apartment, like a small little apartment. We had champagne
The Stanley Cup?
Yeah, the Stanley Cup. Yeah, we're all in this guy's apartment.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, man. We you know, obviously one of the first things I did was find all the Islanders on there.
Right.
I'm an Island fan for my whole life.
Yep.
But also it was just super cool to have that cup and drink out of it.
Right. Wow.
You know, multiple times. Like you remember Corey Stillman? So he's the one that poured the cup into my mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the first time I ever drank from it.
Wow. The first time I ever drank from it.
He just like, pouring it.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it was a great time. Kid Rock was there.
Really? Yeah.
Because the owner of the Hurricanes was a Detroit native, and his business, CompuServe, whatever it was based out of Detroit. So he was good friends with Kid Rock. He called him Bobby. Bobby, come over here, Bobby. And so Bob, you know, he would come running over, and it was Kid Rock. And then also over there was what's his name from Boys in the Hood, Junior, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got to hang out with those guys that night. It was a blast, man. The hockey's been good to me.
When I was roadieing for bands, right? I don't know how to say this without getting in trouble if my wife's watching. But I'd get like sloppy seconds, right? It's like,
Oh yeah.
No, actually, what would happen is they didn't know. They think you're in the band. I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, I'm the keyboard player. I'm over next to the drummer somewhere. But so, did you ever pretend that you were in? You ever act like you were a hockey player? Did you ever put a suit on and like?
Well, we have to wear suits. So here's one time. I'll give you one story. So I went to the draft because remember I'm a production guy. So we went to the draft to cover it and see who our first round pick was going to be. We're going to interview that guy and all that stuff. So we go to Philly. It's in Philadelphia this year, and I have a suit on. And I have my Stanley Cup ring on.
Oh, you got a ring?
Yeah, I got a ring and everything, dude.
How do I get a job?
I know, dude. So
I was kidding around with the Ice Girls. You know, you got a freaking Stanley Cup ring.
I know. I should have brought them. Throughout my career, I got 3 rings. But,
Wow.
But 3 different sports, 3 different championships. But anyway, all bragging aside,
Awesome.
but I'm walking through the draft now. There's a lot of legendary players that hang around the draft. You'll see all kinds of guys. At the time, even Gretzky was there. He was coach.
Okay.
For Arizona, you know, what the hell's the name?
Arizona
Phoenix.
Wild?
Yeah, the Coyotes.
Phoenix Coyotes. Okay.
He was their coach for a while. So anyway, but they're all there, and there's all these people there. I got to meet all of the Broad Street Bullies.
Wow.
You know, even what's his name? Hound Dog Kelly let me see his ring. We swapped rings, and I got to see his. The rings have evolved through the years, so his ring is like this little ring.
Oh, really?
My ring was bigger than his.
Oh, wow.
and I never played.
You a sound guy, man?
He's like, he's the fucking DJ.
I want to be a sound guy.
Yeah. No bruises. I have all my teeth. I never had. But yeah, it was awkward at one point because now it occurs to me now because I see people looking at me and like fans and they're trying to size me up and you know, who is this guy? Like you see people with autograph books looking at who I am. I suck my gut in a little bit more and I'm just like, you know. But anyway, so it occurred to me that some of the players, some of these veteran athletes that played the game for like their entire career don't have a ring.
And you do.
And here I am, this schmuck walking around with a ring. So I actually turned my ring backwards. So
you wouldn't piss him off,
right? So,
Wow.
so I wouldn't flaunt it, or
Right.
I'm not worthy type of thing. Like,
Right.
Like, I'm just a sound guy, and
Right.
here I am rocking this ring that's worth like $6,000.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. So it was. So that time, and then sometimes also when you travel with the team, we would
Right.
travel with the team from time to time. In fact, one time we came to Long Island
Okay.
when I was with the and I got booed. By my own people. They're like, go back home. I'm like, I'm home.
Right. At the Coliseum, you mean?
At the Coliseum.
Wow.
We stayed at that Marriott.
Yeah. That's why you go to get autographs.
Yeah. And then we walked across the street to
Right.
to the stadium.
Right.
I always thought there was like an underground tunnel.
No, you walk right across.
Yeah,
the
you
parking
walk
lot.
right across the damn parking lot, and everybody's booing us. But anyways, so and I felt like saying, I'm from here. But because I had the jersey on and everything, and I was filming the father. We were there for they take the dads on the dad trip.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so we were there for a dad's trip.
Right,
But
that's cool.
But yeah, so when you travel with the team, when you come off the bus, people will think that you're a player, and they
will,
always look disappointed. They'll always look, and then they'll see my face, and they go, "Oh."
Yeah. That's funny, man.
But yeah, now now they'll think I'm one of the coaches.
Now,
Because Rod Brindamore is now the coach of the Hurricanes. He's my age, maybe a year older. So if I just turned 50, he's like 51. Rod Brindamore is a great dude, and yeah, man, and that's how I gauge myself. I'm like, damn, if he's a coach now, I've never have any chance ever now to be a hockey star.
right. I know,
That
right?
dream is now gone.
I know. I thought for the longest time I was going to be playing ice hockey. For real.
Yeah, I know.
I really did. I thought I was going to be an Islander.
It's one thing that sucks. Like, you keep that dream going
And
until you finally realize.
I love my dad, but that's what my dad should have said to me at 19 years old. Son.
Right.
He's driving me to the rink still, He's like, come on, go. You make some money,
He's got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Look, it's not happening.
Have that talk, man. Have that talk. Just tell me to move on, You'll be working at Pathmark forever, But
There's some guys that make it, son, and there's others like you.
you look like a hockey player.
Yeah.
But all right, so now you're in Carolina, and the Islanders come down to play, right? And now, have you ever thought, like when it was, were you still a Carolina? Like I have a friend in Tampa. He's still an Islander fan, but
Yeah.
Tampa's on the back burner.
The first time, so when you work for a team, it's different because it's. I told this to my brother once, who was like, I'm coming to the game. I got him tickets to the game, but he's gonna wear Islander stuff.
Right.
And my brother, God bless him, may rest in
Yeah.
peace and all that good stuff. But I was like, dude, you can't wear Islanders here.
Right.
I mean, I'm giving you the tickets.
Right.
So he goes, dude, I'm an Islander fan. He's like, what do you want from me?
Right. You had a
So
problem.
I go, I'm part of the team. He goes, well, I mean, come on. I go, do I literally have to be on the ice and
Right.
playing for you to root for me?
Right.
So that game, we figured out a way to get me on the ice in uniform.
Right.
So I literally was on the ice as this character, Chase McCoy. And
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
skating around and I'm waving.
Yeah.
my brother's like, son of a bitch.
So no, I was thinking like when I knew that you were an Islander fan. Now you're down in Carolina. Like, did you ever put vodka in the Carolina Hurricanes water bottles or something like that, or put tape on their skates?
No, I've never done anything like that.
I mean, you could admit it now. You're in New York.
Yeah, I know.
I would no.
I tell you what, though, when the Islanders, the very first few games in my career, I was with the Hurricanes for about 12 seasons.
Okay.
The very first few times, and every time really, but the first few times we ever play the Islanders, I always get a little homesick feeling.
Right.
And I'm always in a little part of me that's rooting for the Islanders. Always.
Right.
That never went away.
Right.
There's something special about that team you grow up loving. And I got to meet Dennis Potvin a ton of times. Like, Dennis Potvin knew my name. Hey, Don.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was a radio play-by-play.
Do his voice again.
Hey, Don, how's it going? Hey, have you seen?
One time he asked me,
Mike Tyson?
he goes,
Hey, have you seen my briefcase?
so I go, I've
Sounds
not
like
seen you.
Kobe. Sounds like Kobe, man.
I go, I haven't seen your briefcase. He goes,
Can you help me find it?
so I said, all right. So I thought this would be a treat. I go, follow me, Mr. Potvin. So I take him into the control room, so the whole control room could meet a legend,
Right.
the Dennis Potvin, who means so much to me growing up. I'm so excited the guy knows my name.
Right.
Asked me for my help. I bring him into the control room, and I go, hey, can any of you guys help out Mr. Potvin here? Find his. He's got to find his briefcase. And then the guy in charge of goes, I'm sorry, what's your name again, sir? I'm like, it's Dennis Potvin. He's like, how do you pronounce that again? I'm like, it's Dennis Potvin!
Right.
How do you not know you're in hockey?
Right.
But anyway,
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so we end up finding his suitcase and everything. But
right.
but yeah, super cool guy. He was a play-by-play for the Florida Panthers for a while.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he still is or not.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was a long time ago. But
That's really cool, man. Dennis Potvin, that's like Butch Gorin doing the Islanders now, you know?
yeah, and I met another guy who was always cool with me. One of the first goalies for the Islanders. He was a broadcaster too. What's his?
Chico Resch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He had the greatest mask with the
Yeah.
Long Island on it.
Yeah, yeah.
He would always come in, and for some reason, the bathroom pregame up in the press row is always packed.
Okay.
Always packed. And we had a play-by-play guy named Chuck Caton, who whenever he came in,
Yeah.
he would announce it. I gotta take a shit. so everybody knows. I'm like,
right.
what? But anyway, it's like this little community area.
Right.
And whenever I think he was play-by-play for the Islanders. Whenever Chico was there, I'd always see him in the bathroom.
Right.
And he was always super cool with me.
Wow.
Like, he knew my name and everything. It was just really cool times. I missed that era of working in hockey.
Yeah, I love hockey, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I did the Ice Girl stuff. It's
you were
fun
great.
it's fun to be around it, man. But yeah, did they call him Doc? Chico Resch, was that Doc?
It was Doc Emmerich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
they
he was
worked
the
together,
ring-
those two guys.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Devils.
yeah,
The
yeah,
Devils.
Yeah, because Doc Emmerich was super cool too.
Was he? Yeah, you knew him.
Yeah, when we played the Devils in the playoffs, Doc Emmerich was very vocal in a
Right.
nice way, just
Okay.
making the rounds. Hey, everybody, how are you? How you doing? And it's like that. He's got that voice. And
Same
like,
voice that's on the radio.
Yeah, it's like, wow, this is Doc Emmerich. He's talking to me.
Sounds like Bugs Bunny.
He's like, usually I would see him. The last time I saw him was there's like a food like craft services.
Okay.
And he would come over and he'd be like, "Hey, can you pass the mustard, young fella?" I was like, "Yeah, this is awesome."
Wow.
And they'd be like, "It's gone! It's gone!"
So you meet celebrities in weird ways. Like I stand online to meet celebrities like Dennis Potvin, but you're looking for his briefcase.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're passing mustard.
That's one of the coolest parts about working in the sports world is being around all of this. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like I bumped into Mark Messier when we were in the
Oh, wow.
Stanley Cup run. Messier,
yeah.
Everyone's running around that in those days.
Right.
And you don't, you're trying to get starstruck a lot because you're working. So
Right.
you got your work glasses on, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah.
So you're not
Yeah.
thinking in terms
Yeah.
of fandom.
Right.
Like I'm not thinking in terms of getting autographs.
Right.
But when you see Messier, even though he's a Ranger and all that, but he's still Mark Messier,
Right.
and there's something. And he's a New York guy, Rangers,
Right.
Hoisted the cup. One
Yeah,
of the best,
no, I know.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Cup
I'm an Islander
hoists.
fan, but that was awesome.
Yeah. And that was a moment where I was like, "Holy shit!" and they bumped me. I was like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Guy's fucking strong." But yeah, I didn't even say anything to him. I just like, look, I stopped in my tracks
Right.
just looking at him.
Right. Yeah.
And but yeah, so it's cool like that. And then also, if like, let's just say, you ever watch like on the jumbotron, or sometimes they'll do it on the specials. If somebody breaks a record,
Okay.
all the other legends will congratulate them. Hey, just want to say congratulations
Oh, on
on
the screen.
1,000
Yeah, yeah.
games.
Yeah, yeah.
So we would shoot those a lot of times, and that's when I got to meet a lot of
Wow.
legends. Yeah. So it was cool, and then having Ron Francis hanging around, being on the elevator, Ron Francis, and
That's funny. You said elevator, because in my head, I actually was in the elevator with Bobby Nystrom,
oh, that's cool.
which
Yeah.
is strange, right? Very
Yeah.
strange. I did some charity event somewhere, and
Yeah,
Me and
Bobby
Bobby.
Nystrom's one of the greats.
Yeah.
Long Island legend.
that's the only time. And he didn't ask me for a suitcase or any mustard. I said, "You need mustard?" He goes, "No." But
I'll tell you one quick Ron Francis story. So if people don't know who Ron Francis is, he's like ranked number 2 in assists of all time, right underneath the great one, Gretzky.
Right.
And so I'm on this elevator with my friend Pete, and Pete, notorious guy, likes to fart in the elevator. He just loves it. So he lets out this big fart, man, like a big loud one, and it's bad. So I'm like, "Oh my God!" We just try to get off the next floor. It opens up. This is Ron Francis. He gets on, and then out of embarrassment, we both jump off. And then you see Ron Francis looking at us. He goes, "Oh wait, holy shit!"
really, wow.
And Ron Francis was trapped in that fart.
Oh
And
man.
we were dying. And then me and Pete were laughing so hard.
Wow.
He completely trapped Ron Francis.
He probably knew when you guys both walked out.
Yeah,
he probably knew something was up.
He could tell because as soon as the door opened, we saw him. We were all like, "Oh God!" Like, Then he gets on, he's like, "Hey guys," and we're like, "Hey, Ron, we good? We jumped off." And then as he's turning around, he realizes it. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he's trapped. He was trapped in there for who knows how many floors. That was great.
So, those are great stories. Now we can sit here till 9 o'clock, you know. But I have something I want to tell you, and I don't know if I should apologize or my wife should apologize. So I don't know. You want to? Sally's gonna help me out with that.
Right.
So my wife and I really do fight a lot, but we're married 21 years next week, and we probably should have got divorced about 10 times.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but we have a basement, so we don't have to get divorced.
Yeah, there you go. You sit down there.
Yeah, if you're looking for a house and you just got married, make sure you have a basement. 'Cause then you have a place to get the hell away, you know,
Right.
and you work it out, man. Then you meet on the middle floor. Next thing you know, you're back up in the bedroom. Yeah, so she heard I was coming to see Don Still tonight. You're my first guest on my show, and she thinks you're awesome. She's looked at a lot of stuff. The
Oh,
put
that's
up, show up, and stand up. She thought that was the best.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
And the top 5, right?
yeah, it's doing top 5s now.
Right, I hear
yeah,
it goes
we did,
radio.
We
Yeah.
did one.
Yep. She said that you're very talented. That was, and so she was nervous when she said, because I haven't seen you in a while, right?
Yeah.
She was nervous when I was walking out the door. I'm like, what's the matter? And I'll tell you the story because she's gonna mess it up on the phone. We were in a bickering fight about during the summer, I guess it was, and we had a fight. I don't remember what fight it was. We had, these fights aren't big. They're
Right,
dishwasher
they're-
fights.
right,
you left
right.
the fucking dishwasher door
Right.
open.
It's
I
your
hit my
turn.
leg.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not like I cheated on her or nothing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or you do, whatever. So she got the mail that day. Now you know where this is going.
No.
You have no idea. She got the mail that day, and she opened up my mail. I don't know why she opened it. She thought it was an Amazon package or whatever it was. And she opened it up, and she saw it was for Joey Petroni. And then she opened it up, and she saw.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Now I don't know if you noticed or not, but everybody recognized this shirt you sent me, right?
Yeah. Very nice shirt.
Right?
Yeah, you're awesome.
But she was mad as hell at me, so she took the shirt and she threw it downstairs behind the washing machine or something like that, whatever it was. Are you there, Nicole? You want to tell the story better than me?
Hello.
Hello.
Nicole. Hello.
I was just telling Don about how you gave me the shirt today just about a half hour before I left the house.
Yes, I did. My guilt set in, so yeah.
So you had it hidden from
But
him?
no, she forgot about it. That's
Yeah,
I mentioned Don Sill.
He's not worthy of that. I'm so sick and tired of everybody thinking he's incredibly awesome, and living with him 24/7. I say otherwise, so I'm entitled to my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you get the Joey Petroni day in and day out.
Day in and day out in all his glory. So I did want to take a minute to apologize, though, because it really was
Well, during the summer,
kind
I
of an
saw,
oversight, and then I forgot about it. You know, like all things in my house, they just get lost, and then they resurface.
Right. Well, I'm glad you found it and gave it to him.
I never wore it because everybody sent pictures. I remember back then people put up pictures saying,
Yeah, people take pictures.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well,
I didn't think that Don didn't think I wasn't awesome, but for some reason you didn't want me to have
Oh, you never even knew that you had.
I never knew I had it. So I'm thinking Don I'm Don's B list. Don's got his A list.
wait, I have a question.
What?
Does everybody have a different saying on their shirt, or did you send it out to everybody?
No, every
the same
shirt
saying.
they all said you're awesome.
Because it's something that I say all the time, and I always tell everybody they're awesome, and I do it out of habit a lot of times. So it's become my catchphrase. And then I send it out to all my awesome friends, my closest friends in the comedy world, and so I'm glad that Joey has his now.
Well, he made the list,
And everyone
right?
can know that he's awesome.
You have like the top 10 awesome list.
Yeah,
You have to update it every year.
Yeah,
You have to
I'll have
update
the
it
top
every
5
year.
most
Your list,
awesome
right?
people. Yeah.
I'm not on your list. I'm not.
We
I'm
got to get
expecting
you
a
one.
t-shirt.
We'll get
gotta
you.
get me one.
Yeah, we'll get you a shirt.
Not awesome.
Especially now that you've recovered and gave it to him. now you're.
Well, maybe I redeemed myself.
Yeah,
so,
I
you
think
know.
you're awesome.
Yeah.
I need a T-shirt though.
All right, cool. We'll get
And I already have like 5 of Pat's recycled shirts, so I love Pat, but I need like another shirt.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, are you okay now?
So I do apologize. I'm making it publicly known now that I'm
Well, I
on the
appreciate
air with
that.
millions of listeners.
Yeah, there's millions of people watching right now, and we're all very happy. Thank you, though.
We're
Thank
all
you for getting
awesome.
them the
Thank
shirt.
you for the shirt, Don.
Yeah,
Thank you for the
yeah,
shirt.
you're welcome,
3
bro.
months later.
You're welcome, man.
3 months later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. So I'll be home. Did the dog eat yet?
Actually, she's eating now. Actually,
all right.
Yeah,
So-
Very good.
Yeah.
You don't miss me no more. We got a dog. She doesn't miss me no more. So I'll be home later.
Part of my plan is every woman out there should get a dog. I'm just putting it out there.
All right.
Part of the plan.
All right. Thank you for apologizing.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you soon.
You're
I'll talk to you
awesome.
soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So, all right. So, Don, real quick, you want to introduce Covey real quick? Because we only have...
Here, this is my...
Explain Covey, right?
So, Covey...
Hey, you gotta wear your mask if you're gonna.
All right, sorry. Covey only talks if I'm wearing the mask. Covey's paranoid of...
good idea.
Yeah, Covey's paranoid of... Covey.
That's a good idea.
I'm so scared of COVID, Don. COVID is gonna really get us all.
Relax.
Fauci, help me.
Stop it. Covey, it's okay.
Fauci.
Hold on, let me put this on.
Yeah, headphones
this
on.
makes him feel better. All right. Oh, yeah, got the headphones on.
Headphones.
So this makes Covey feel better when I put the mask on. And then Covey...
Hi. That's way better now.
Okay, Covey.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, Covey.
So Covey was born out of the pandemic.
Okay.
And he basically he loves he's kind of enjoys it, don't you, Covey?
I guess a little bit. I just like being isolated all the time. I like being quarantined and all that.
And yeah, so he's also Dr. Fauci's #1 fan. He loves him.
Oh, really?
He's the greatest. He not only created this.
Well, Dr. Fauci's going to let everybody trick or treat this year.
Yeah, he maybe if he's feeling in a good mood.
Yeah. It's all up to Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, it's all up to Fauci, and but he loves it, and he's a big Fauci fan. So Covey's always around, and
I'll show you. We did a skit with the ventriloquist puppet, right?
yeah, that's when
you-
Covey first came to life.
Right, because I was teaching Don how to be a ventriloquist, and that's when Covey came out.
That's right.
And so I'll show you my ventriloquist puppet real quick. This is Roger.
Yay!
Do it again. It's going to take a second.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, wow. He's still wearing his
Wow.
shirt. Yeah, he's wearing his
Very
recycle
cool.
shirt.
Yeah, that's a cool looking guy right there.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing there? Nice to see you.
It's great to see you.
Hey, Covey. I'm not wearing a mask. Is that okay?
I'll just keep my distance. That's all.
Oh, okay. Are we 6 feet away, Covey?
I'm 6 feet in Covey feet. Yeah. Look at my.
Yeah, you're right. That's 6 feet. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, Covey, can you do this?
Holy shit. I don't know. That's so scary. Are you possessed by? I can't do any of that stuff.
I'm showing off. I'm a ventriloquist that's showing off. You can't do this?
Show the
Wow. I don't know how he does it.
Can your eyebrows do this, Covey? Come on, Covey. Come on, Covey. What are you, a doll?
I just love COVID. That's it.
Well, it's
I
nice.
got three vaccines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got the first Moderna,
Okay.
and then the second Pfizer,
Okay.
and then tomorrow I'm getting the Johnson & Johnson.
Wow.
I want the whole collection.
I got the Moderna because I got free donuts.
Yeah! I want to get $100 from Fauci.
I got free donuts. I got free beer when I got the Johnson & Johnson. And if I were you, I'd stick it out for the other one. What's that, Pfizer?
Yeah.
Yeah, stick it out.
Yeah, I'm going to get everything.
Because Pfizer's going to give like $1,000 soon.
Yay, Fauci!
I'm rich. How many times can you get these shots anyway?
I think we're going to be able to get them every 8 months.
Wow.
Thank you, Fauci.
Oh, thank you, Covey. Everybody say goodbye to Covey. Bye, Covey.
see you, Cove.
Oh, man. Thanks for bringing him out, Don.
I figured, we brought Covey to life in our skit that we did about, because you've been a ventriloquist for actual professional ventriloquist for years.
A ventriloquist wannabe, man.
But I remember, like I said, I remember 23 years ago, I wish you still had that headshot. Do you still have those?
I do, black and white.
Yeah, it was like a black and white.
You want to
glossy.
hear something weird? My next guest's mom took those pictures. She's a professional
Oh,
photographer.
no way,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Elaine.
Yeah.
Elaine Healy.
I remember the picture. For some reason, I remember it
Yeah,
vividly.
she was a professional.
You were clean, cut,
Yeah.
clean shaven,
Yeah.
and I think you had a suit on, and
Yeah.
you're holding the puppet, and you're just like,
And that's when I had everybody thinking that I was going to be not famous, but I was going to be making money off it, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Professional,
Right.
Professional, making tens of thousands of dollars. I tried to convince everybody. I'm like, this is my toolbox. You got a toolbox? You're a plumber.
Right,
This is
yeah.
my toolbox.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
suitcase with a puppet. What are you kidding me?
I remember, that was before Dunham blew up.
Yes.
When you were doing it.
Yeah.
Back then, it was before there was another big name ventriloquist.
Right. Who's I can't remember the guy who passed away.
Yeah. What's his face? From Staten Island, New York guy.
Right.
Talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I
Damn.
see his face.
Yeah, me too. I
But-
see his puppet.
Yeah.
What's
Wow.
his name?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill me.
But yeah, God bless that guy.
He was awesome.
He was really good.
So anyway, I was supposed to have IROC, the band, on tonight. The band IROC, and they got stuck in Vegas.
Damn.
The Southwest thing that happened.
Oh, really? They were casualties.
So they're in Vegas. They got stuck there, and actually, it turns out they got a gig, and they're going to stay for the week.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm the manager of IROC. I don't know if I ever told you that. but,
Yeah. I knew that you were definitely heavily involved with that band.
This gig they got on their own, so they don't have to pay me. I told them just to have fun. Don't worry about the show here. I had my guys make some phone calls. I tried to get Mason Reese to come on.
Oh, yeah?
You know Mason Reese?
Yeah.
The childhood actor. He
Yeah.
did the spam commercials.
Yeah.
He was talking so much on the phone. I couldn't even give him the address of where to go. He was so happy that someone recognized him. So I hung up on him.
Wow.
I hung up on him. I was going to get Burt Ward.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
A friend of mine had connections, and he hooked me up. Burt Ward was going to actually come, but he wanted me to pay for his flight and like dinner, like lasagna or something like that. And I don't know about you, but I ain't got money for a flight,
Dude.
Burt Ward would have been awesome, but
Burt Ward would have been cool, but
I
we
told him
gotta
I'd get
pay
you-
for him to get here.
Yeah, I told him-
There's no budget.
I have to sell my puppet.
Yeah.
I told him I'd get him a lasagna dinner, but I can't afford to fly out here. So
Yeah, because then they want a hotel too. Fly me out.
no, he
pick
just
me
had
up.
to fly him out. I think he has people out here. He just said pay for his air travel.
I had Lilo, what's his name from Bronx Tale? The kid.
Yeah.
I was gonna get an interview with him once, and then he writes me back. He's like, "What's your budget? How much are you gonna pay me?" So then I go, "What are you looking for?" He goes, "I feel like 200's good enough."
Oh, yeah.
And I go, "Can we work in trade?" I was like, "I'll do a video for you or something."
Right.
So I had him on the hook. He was ready to do a trade.
Yeah.
But then he bailed on me. He's like,
Oh,
"Nah,"
wow.
'cause I thought it'd be cool just to work with him anyway.
Right,
You
right.
know, but whatever. I never had him on. It would have been a Zoom too. It would have been easy for him.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been very easy. You're right.
Yeah.
So my guys searched around, and I was lucky enough. The owner of Pat's Enterprise Recycle. You ever hear of Pat's Enterprise Recycle?
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
It's a big company here on Long Island,
Yeah.
and he got in touch with Pat, the owner, and he's actually free tonight, and he agreed to come down here only if he could promote his business a little bit. And I said, "What do we, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
so Pat's right over here. Pat, without any further ado,
Hey, Pat.
ladies and gentlemen, Pat from Pat's Enterprise Recycle. Pat, come on over and sit in the chair right there.
Excellent. What's up, Pat? How you doing, buddy?
You can put those headphones on, Pat. Nice to see you, Pat. I like your shirt. Wow.
What's it? It's awesome.
Where'd you get that shirt from?
I got it made, and it's called Printing and Memos.
Printing and Memos. That's the place in Lindenhurst.
Yes.
Printing and Memos in Lindenhurst. They do coffee mugs too, Pat?
Yep.
Let me fix that for you, Pat.
There you go.
Go and then just right into the microphone. Very cool.
Yep, it
Awesome.
is.
That's a great shirt.
Printing and Memos in Lindenhurst made the shirt for you. And you told me the other day when I was speaking with you, they make coffee mugs?
They make anything you want. I also made a jacket for myself.
What's on the jacket?
Printing the logo with my logo for my business.
Okay.
Very cool.
So you got a jacket, you got a coffee mug, and then you told me about the surprise that you're doing for the doors on your car. What are you What are you doing there?
I'm making a big sign for one of those things for the
A
door.
magnetic sign that's going to go on the door with your logo.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
That's awesome, man.
Very cool.
So Pat's Enterprise Recycle is it's a Long Island-based company, right, Pat?
Yes.
And now I know for a fact about 1995, 96, you had Make Cans Count.
Yes.
And what happened?
It didn't go through.
Yeah, Make Cans Count kind of didn't happen. It died, right? So now all these years later, I think it was like just before quarantine, just before it was like 2019, 2018, you started to do your business again.
Yeah.
And you came up with the name Enterprise. Why?
Of Star Trek.
That's your favorite TV show, right?
Very cool.
Yeah.
So your favorite TV show is Star Trek. And you got Enterprise Recycle from Star Trek. That's pretty
Yes.
awesome.
That is
And-
cool. So what's the enterprise? Tell me about the business. What's it?
So tell us about the business, Pat.
It's I like Star Trek, and I like Wee and Shatner, so we came up with, because that's his ship from Star Trek.
Yeah.
The Enterprise, right?
Yeah.
Where is William Shatner right now? Do you know?
He's gonna be up in space.
He's actually going into space for real. That's great.
Now we the other day we sat down. We wrote a letter to William Shatner, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
So tell us about the letter. What do you plan on doing?
I got his address, and
Okay.
we're gonna send him a couple of shirts for him, one for him to keep and one for him to sign and send it back to me.
Wow, that'd be awesome.
You're gonna send him an envelope with stamps on it, right? So he'll just
Yeah.
sign it and put it in there and send it right back to you.
Yeah.
That is
Very
awesome.
cool. That's really cool.
So Pat's Enterprise Recycle, basically, I'll explain some of it. Is Pat? What's my job there?
You're driving me around.
I'm a driver. I'm a driver.
Very good.
So he's got accounts. He has accounts on Long Island, Franklin Square, Massapequa, Bethpage, and every night of the week we'll go to an account. People will collect bottles and cans, and they leave them up on the driveway. We don't have to knock on the door. We tell them what time will come, and we text them. We pick them up. He gets out. He puts them in the back of the truck, puts them in the machines. And where's that money go, Pat?
To make stuff for the business, and some of it I keep for whatever I want.
Well, all the hard work you do.
Yeah, there you
But-
go. That's it. It is hard work, and you're doing good work for the environment, and also you're helping out people that don't want to do the rest of it, and
Right.
so you're going around and you're helping making the world a better place.
Exactly. You know what? Sally, you have that video?
I do.
This will explain it real quick. It's not that long. It's about a minute and a half. This will explain Pat's Enterprise Recycle right here. You ready?
What the heck do we got here, man? What is this? What are you guys, the Wiggles? What's going on here, boys? Pat's Enterprise Recycle? What's Pat's Enterprise Recycle? We'll beam them up. What am I, in the Twilight Zone?
Hey, buddy, we don't pollute around here.
We don't pollute because it's a global problem.
We don't pollute because it reduces waste.
I gotta tell you guys, man, each one of you's had an excellent point. I get so busy and wrapped up in my daily life that I don't even think about it, But the environment's very important. And the number one thing here is you want to keep the community clean. Okay, and I don't want to mess up this community. Beautiful beach, beautiful boardwalk, and here I am being an idiot, you know? I don't want to be an idiot.
Here you go. You're one of us.
I'm one of you guys now?
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow. You guys woke me up, man. You did, you woke me up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You opened up my eyes, man. Thank you. I wish there were more people like you guys out there.
Stop pollution. Clean the rivers, lakes, and oceans and seas. Stop pollution. Take us back to when the water was clean. Stop pollution. Clean the rivers, lakes, and oceans and seas. Stop pollution. Take us back to when the planet was green. Stop pollution. Clean the rivers, lakes, and oceans and seas. Stop pollution. Take us back to when the water was clean. Stop pollution.
All right. Well, hey, Pat, that's awesome, man. You know, and you're spreading the word. And one of the biggest problems right now is global warming, and it's all because of people throwing plastic bottles in the ocean and stuff like that, right? Whales are getting messed up. Fish are eating all this plastic. There's so many stories about plastic, and you're doing a good thing for the environment. You got your friends helping you. You have your friend in Long Beach. What's his name again?
Mitchell.
And you got Mitchell a jacket, right?
Yeah.
What's that say?
Long Beach manager.
Yeah, he's got a jacket, and he's helping. He's doing the Long Beach. He's we go down there.
Yeah.
We pack the van, man. We got
Wow.
bags and bags of bottles. And Pat, you got to clarify one thing. The money's going into your business, which is buying more shirts, and the reason for the shirts is it's spreading awareness, right?
Yeah.
And so if you make $20 with a bag of bottles and cans, you're getting yourself a seltzer, a bag of chips, and everything else goes into your business.
Yep.
Very cool.
Anyway, so
That's awesome. That's very cool what you're doing, man.
yeah. So yeah, Pat, you know, a lot of people are very lazy, and you're helping out the environment, and we should give Patrick a little round of applause there.
Yes.
Man.
Great job.
Nice job, Pat. So Pat, is there anything else to debuting today?
The TV show Child's Play Chucky series starting tonight.
Very cool. Where can we find it? What channel?
I'm not too sure, but maybe it's on the Sci-Fi channel or stuff. There's a couple of channels it's going to be on.
All right, cool.
That's awesome, man.
I didn't realize they're making that a series. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Chucky series.
Just in time for Halloween, huh?
Just in time for Covey.
Yeah.
Covey's got something to watch tonight, man. So Pat, yeah, that's awesome. And so anytime you want to come down to be on the show and just tell us an update on what's going on, you know, and you could tell people out there on Long Island how to get in touch with you. You go to Pat's Enterprise Recycle.
Yep.
On what? On YouTube?
I have it at a couple of places.
Okay.
Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram, and the
Instagram and YouTube.
and YouTube.
Right. So what you do is if anybody on Long Island has bottles and cans and they don't want to put them out to the street, or you want to help out Patrick, you can text Patrick on Facebook, and he can set up an appointment, come to your house. You just leave him by the garage. We get him. And
Does he go out east?
He goes everywhere. Yeah. So
All the way out to like Manville?
he's got a 2-car garage, and I for some reason in my head I'm like that garage is gonna be packed with bottles and cans one day. We keep doing this, you know. But it's all good. So Don, before we go, I did have a question to ask you because my guys were searching the internet on you.
Okay.
And there's two things. One is you met Muhammad Ali,
Yes.
which is
I have,
awesome as a child.
Yeah, I met him twice. The first time was pretty crazy. Do you want me to tell that whole story?
Your dad got you there or something, right? Or something.
My dad the second time. The first time, so here's the story. I'll go through it fast here. Basically, we were coming back from an audition for the movie Gladiator. Not Gladiator, You Entertain, this other Gladiator movie. Brian Dennehy was in it.
Yeah.
And we went there and we auditioned, and it turned out you had to know karate, and then they asked us to do karate, and we're like, what? Excuse me? He's like, let me see your karate moves. And I literally was like, shut up. You know? Like, next. So driving home in our defeat, we come across Hofstra University and we see a sign that says Sandy Koufax and Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, oh, wow.
So we pull in and it's getting close to the end.
Yeah.
So this is pre-9/11, all that stuff. So it's this guard sitting at the back door is like, where are you guys going? To the show? It's almost over. We're like, yeah. He goes, you know what, kids, just go ahead in. Just go through the back door.
Yeah,
so we walk through the back door. And all of a sudden, there's the back of Muhammad Ali's head. He's signing autographs, and we see like the few remaining people, and we're behind Ali.
Wow!
Like,
yeah.
So we walk in, and long story short, I end up massaging his shoulders. And
he thought that was why you were behind him, right?
Yeah, well, at this point he's already getting up and he's starting to walk out.
Right.
And me and my brother became part of his entourage.
Wow.
And I'm holding his shoulder. He's about this. His shoulder's about this. And I'm like rubbing his shoulders.
Wow.
And my brother has his hand. And he's like, at one point, he's like, "This is the hand that knocked out."
Wow.
George Foreman.
Wow.
And Muhammad was just like, he still had the Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And we walked him all the way to his limo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Freaky things happen to me like that too. You wind up somewhere you don't belong.
Yeah, it was just the weirdest thing. It would never. That will never. Obviously, Muhammad's not here anymore. But something could never happen again.
It's meant to be certain things, That
was just the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
We turned out we were behind him,
right?
And then we're standing there just watching. That's how we got part of the entourage because now we're just standing next to other security people, just like this. Well, Ali's wrapping up, and then Ali gets up and he looks over at me, and says hello, and he starts messing with me.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, I'm like holding his shoulders, and then he starts walking, and I'm like, oh, shit, okay. I just keep walking with the group, and then my brother's trying to keep up with us, and he grabs Muhammad's hand. It was the weirdest thing, and it was crazy.
We probably have that look on our face that people is like he belongs here.
It
happens to me sometimes. Like I don't belong somewhere, and I'm like, how the hell am I here?
Yeah, right. People just bring you in.
Yeah, and the one thing I say to myself, I don't know if you do, is don't talk. As soon as you start talking, they're gonna know you don't belong here. I keep my mouth shut and just nod. Yeah, just nod. Like,
that's one of the things that Mark Twain said. He goes, whenever I'm having a conversation, I just stay quiet so people think I'm smart.
Exactly. Yeah. As soon as you start talking, they're like, this guy's an idiot, man.
Exactly.
That's what happens to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think I'm shy or I'm quiet or I think I'm too good to talk. It's not that. I just want people to know I'm an idiot.
And the second time I met him, we waited on the line and did the old school, and he did magic online. I have that on video.
Oh, wow.
And then he did this weird magic trick. Right. But anyway, by the time I got to him, we asked him for a picture, and he gets up. Believe it or not, he's still kind of fast. He got up fast, and he puts up his dukes.
Oh, yeah?
So I get up, and I put up my dukes. Now I'm sitting there looking him in the eye contact. Right. And I had that I'm not worthy. I couldn't keep my fists up. I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do it. You're the greatest boxer of all time. And I'm sitting here with my fists up. But we have a picture of me and him shaking. He's got a picture of my dad doing the fist. My father had, he had more balls than me, I guess.
My dad's a huge Muhammad Ali fan. I used to stay and watch all those fights with him. Little black and white TV, back in Levittown.
Those are the best of times, man. The Ali era.
The tin foil going out the window.
Yeah.
It's a big fight tonight. Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time, man.
Yeah.
And you got to meet him twice.
I met him twice, the first time, both times are cool stories, but the first time was nuts.
Right, wow.
Yeah.
So we got 1 minute, and I was going to ask you real quick. I saw a video of you on a Cessna airplane back in the way back in the day.
When I flew it?
You flew a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my first show I ever did. I wanted to do a show called I'll Be There.
Okay.
And it was Mike Rowe before Mike Rowe. I wanted to go all over the place and do different things.
Right.
So I managed to get enough money to take a flight lesson. And I got on the plane. The next thing I know, I'm flying a plane over Long Island. I went over my own house. My dad and my brother were standing on top of the roof like this.
No, really?
Yeah, I flew right over them.
Wow.
Yeah, because the guy said, "Where do you live?" And it was just crazy, man. I got to fly a plane. Landing is the hard part.
Wow.
The guy took over for that.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
I wasn't there yet.
That was a Cessna, right?
It was like a little.
Yeah.
And I was just. He showed me. There's pedals, like how you steer with your feet.
Oh, okay.
It's not like you don't steer when you're on the tarmac.
Oh, it's all feet.
Yeah, it's all feet until you fly. Then you start steering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we did some turns and some stuff, and it was a really cool experience. But yeah, man, that was awesome. One of my first early things, man. I'm like,
what's funny about you is that my dad worked at the airport, so I was obsessed with planes growing up.
Very
There's
cool.
a lot, it's like we got a lot in common as far as the things that
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird, man. But I was in a plane with my friend Tony down in Virginia, and he took me up in a Cessna. And I thought he was messing with me because I'd never been in a Cessna before. You're shoulder to shoulder, right? You're close
Yeah,
together.
very close.
Yeah, so he's
everyone
doing takeoff and landings. He's landing, he's practicing takeoff and landings.
yeah.
And one time he's taking off, and we're looking at the trees, and I thought he was messing with me. We're going right for the tops of the trees. He's going, get up there, get up there, get up there. And the whole time I was relaxed because I thought he was messing with me. And it wasn't until we were like down at a restaurant, afterwards getting burgers, he told me that was real. I'm like, he almost killed me, man. He had,
Damn.
and then it turns out he didn't have the flaps down or something. He had, it was his fault.
Right,
and we almost hit the trees. So anyway, that's my Cessna story.
Wow, very cool.
Don, thanks for being here, man.
Dude, this was awesome, man. Great
Thanks for
show.
being here.
Love it.
Yep, and we'll be back in 2 weeks on Tuesday night, 6:30.
Awesome, man.
The Joey Petroni Show.
Joey Petroni's awesome.
Yeah, so's Don. Don's more awesome.